Now we'll talk about upright rowing. So first of all, what's upright rowing? I'll simply demonstrate it briefly, then get on to the specifics. I have a barbell or an easy bar in front of me. I stand, knees slightly bent to make sure that my spine's in good posture and that I'm balanced, and I simply pull the bar up to at least the height of the collarbone or possibly the chin, and then repeat for however many repetitions is necessary. Now that's the essentials of an upright row. First of all, let me talk a little bit about the muscles involved. Like a lot of exercises, how you grip the bar will determine where the greatest emphasis is. A lot of people think of upright rowing as an exercise primarily for the trapezius muscles. That certainly is the case. It does get worked a lot in upright rowing. However, the closer your grip, the more emphasis goes onto the trapezius. The wider your grip, the more emphasis goes onto the deltoid. Both will be worked, whatever grip you use. If you want to try and target both of them a bit, maybe a medium grip might be the best bet. So, close part of the body, trapezius. Medium part, shoulder trapezius. Wider, more deltoid. Now, that's the essential motion. If I show you from the side, one of the things you particularly should notice is my elbow position here. As I pull up, my elbows are either in line with my body or even possibly slightly back. I'll show you again. Right, and I'll show you with a heavier weight if you like as well. Let's use the Olympic bar here. Okay. What I'm not doing is allowing the elbows to be forward like this, but it's far too much strain. Okay. I'm also relying to a certain extent on the mobility and flexibility in my wrist, my elbow and my shoulder to allow me to do a good motion. So I would recommend before trying this exercise you pick up something light like a staff or a broom handle and actually try the motion, whichever grip you intend to use, and make sure that you don't have any issue with your mobility. If, for example, you can't get a staff higher than here without it somehow impinging on your wrist or your elbow or your shoulder, don't try lifting weights. Right? You need to work on the mobility first until that's not a problem. If, on the other hand, for example, you can get this up but only by releasing it to fingertip grip or something, well, you're not going to hold a heavy weight. Again, mobility and flexibility need to be worked on first. If you're doing it only by having a huge bend at the front or at the back, you're either using too much weight or there's something wrong with your structure. As with most exercises, when you're standing, you bend the legs slightly to sink, to root yourself, you get your spine into a good position and you remain stable. It's particularly important when you have a weight in front of the body, otherwise you'll tip over. If I tried lifting from here, I'm going to be pulled forwards. So I sink and root myself, then I pull up, and I make sure that throughout the entire exercise I've got good alignment and good form. Now, that's the essential nature. Some people, if you find the wrist position or the elbow position a little uncomfortable, you don't really feel you've got a mobility or flexibility issue to stop you doing it, but you find holding, say for example, an Olympic bar like this, which is straight, if you find this a bit of a strain on the wrist or elbow, it can sometimes pay to use what's called an EZ bar, very often used for biceps curls, which, as you can see, has a, if I hold it up here, has a bend in it. That bend can allow a range of different grip positions. This can help. If in doubt, work on your mobility and flexibility first. But otherwise, An easy bar can be a great tool with whatever grip you're using and however you want to set it up, upwards, downwards, because it allows a range of different positions for the wrist.